Dave, I'm not sure June starts allocation season, but it sure seems like it.
It does. Welcome back to another edition of Bourbon Kingdom. I'm David.
And I'm Zach.
And today we are going to talk about, what is this, May's Whiskey Haul? June's Whiskey Haul.
June's Whiskey Haul.
June's Whiskey Haul.
Yeah, the unofficial start of allocation season, at least it seems like for us, it was a busy month.
Yeah, it was a super busy month.
Well, I mean,
for other reasons, but it was a super busy month.
Yes, for one of us, it was a lot of hitting the streets, hitting distilleries, a lot of releases to go to. And then for some of us, it was go to the lake and basketball games, pretty much.
Yes, that was... I will let you figure out which one is which. But you'll see. You'll see soon enough.
Yeah, it was a lot.
All right, how about this? Zach, I'm just going to leave.
I mean, I guess, sure.
All
Yeah,
right.
we can do that.
Hey, I'll see you later, man.
All right. All right, guys. So, yeah, it was a super busy month here for us. Well, I say for us, for me, at least. So we got a lot to cover, so I'm just going to get right into it. So the very first thing we're going to talk about is one of my absolute favorites I got all this month. I know it's not the best. I know it's way overpriced. This Crown Royal 23-year-old apple is just such honestly a fun little thing. Any kind of bottle share I've went to or am going to here within the next couple of months, this is the bottle that my friends keep asking me about. Not the Michter's that we've reviewed or Jack Daniel's 12 that we reviewed or some of these other bottles. It's this one right here. And so it's a pretty fun little bottle. We'll have the review below in the description, so if y'all want to check that out, make sure you check it out and see it. Next one. Man, let's just get on like the flavor profile here. I just went ahead and did it. The Twisted Tea whiskey. All right, now my plan is to eventually do a short over it just to try it. It was 16 bucks. It had a tag. If you bought it, you got like $4 off. So it was like 12 bucks. I can't imagine it's great. I can't even imagine it's good. But for basically 12 bucks, I was figuring I was willing to try it for you guys and see if it's any good. And, I don't even know if Dave's into this kind of thing or not, but we'll find out. All right, next one. Just a standard little Blanton's. Nothing too crazy. I actually got this from the distillery. In a previous video we did, I just kind of did like a hunting video for the month, just hunting different liquor stores and gift shops here, different distilleries here in Kentucky. Had this out at Buffalo Trace. And so I almost didn't get it because the line was so long. But to give credit to Buffalo Trace, it actually wasn't a terrible wait. But anyways, so I just went and grabbed one. And actually, come to find out, I have to look at the date here, but 6/1/23 is, I actually know somebody whose daughter was born on that date. So this bottle will actually be going to him. He doesn't know that yet. He definitely does not watch our channel, so he won't know this is coming. But I just thought that was kind of cool. It's just kind of a coincidence. Next one, and guys, this is starting to become an addiction for me with the Exceptional series. This bottle actually came from Rhode Island. A really good buddy of mine, Ryan, he was actually able to help acquire this. And because we saw this in a group that we're in, and he knew I was interested. So whenever he actually was able to help me grab one of these, guys, they're just super cool. They're super unique. I think over time with rare character, I think they're starting to grasp on to like a group of people. But once it really takes off, I think these are going to become really hard to get. They always have a cool little sticker with them. And right now, they haven't really hit our area too much, to be honest with you. There hasn't really dropped. At least I haven't seen any in Kentucky, really. But once these start dropping, this is, in my opinion, going to be a thing. And I think this is going to kind of be like a really, I don't want to say it's like going to be smoke level kind of hype. But I think after a while, these things will just be highly sought after and like a barrel pig kind of thing that people are just going to go crazy about. All right, next one. Penelope Rio, which got a little interesting feedback from you guys in the video that we did. I know Dave didn't love it. Apparently there's a good little chunk of you guys that didn't love it. I find this bottle more interesting the more I kind of like sit back and reflect on it. I just think the flavor profile of this is just so unique and so different that I really like that I have one of these. I can't wait to open it with some friends who will be coming in town here shortly. And it's just a wild experience. It is something I do agree with. I know a couple of you guys like, I don't think that's a bourbon you sit there and you sip on, you have 3 or 4 pours of, but I do think this is a really good bottle. If you want something different in your collection, that this is one of them I would really kind of like try and get. The other thing is, the rumor with this bottle is that the first release of this was small, but batch 2 of it's going to be much larger, and that should be coming out hopefully maybe sometime in fall/winter time. So just keep your eyes out. If you haven't got one yet, just be patient, and hopefully you know that time will come. Next one, E.H. Taylor single barrel store pick. So this is one from Total Wine, I think. Yeah, Total Wine. Was lucky enough to get one of these off a buddy of mine. I just honestly needed a couple of them for a variety of reasons, and I just didn't have any, so I was like, man, I need to have one, not only just for trading, but then also I have a couple friends who really enjoy them, and I just didn't really have any, so I just kind of wanted one. Alright, now we're going to move over to the Woodford, I think it's the Bottle and Bond. Yep, the wheat whiskey Bottle and Bond. I have not tried this. We just so happened, Dave and I, Dave just so happened didn't show up for our barrel pick, as I'm sitting over here looking at him, laughing at him in the corner. But just so happened to be going down to Frankfurt that day whenever they released this. Got really lucky in the sense I was already in the area. I was actually going to Woodford that day, and I was able to pick up 2. So we've kind of talked about these in the past. I've not been a huge fan of these releases here in the past. So I'm trying to look to find one to try before I open up this one. But again, have high hopes. I do really like the Woodford wheat. So I'm really hoping a little bit more proof. It being Bottle and Bond just in general, like just that standard of it. I'm really hoping that kind of just really pops. So. Bottle that I keep trying and sipping on that I am just really starting to enjoy a lot more of. The Russell's 13, this is the batch 4 release. Was able to get this at Wild Turkey. Wild Turkey release, I think it was like 600 bottles of it. It was just a crazy release. Pretty much if you lived within, I don't know, a couple hours driving distance, if not longer than that, you were able to drive there and actually pick one up. Yes, I hate the price at $150, but this is a really fun bottle. This has a lot of great characteristics to it. It's better than batch 2, batch 3. I don't think it's better than batch 1. Batch 1 is just one of those really super special bottles that I just, I think that would be really, really hard to beat for a long time.
Here's the deal. I'm interrupting Zach's whiskey haul video just to show you the one bottle I got this month. I've had kind of a crazy busy month with kids and stuff like that, and stuff happens in the whiskey world when you have kids that are like in a bunch of things and stuff like that. And so here's what I got. I got an Elijah Craig Private Barrel from Liquor Barn. So that was my whiskey haul for the month. Now back to Zach.
All right, so something I think we talked about a little bit in the video, but I didn't go into a lot of detail, is in the hunting video. This is the 117 Warehouse H. So on Old Forester's anniversary of the gift shop, it's been 5 years since they've been open. They did an online release where they released some 117s. I'm telling you guys, whenever if it's Old Forester or any other kind of release that I can snag online, it's normally whatever the first thing pops up, I will try to snag it, and then I'll try to check out, because you guys understand that it all goes so quick that you just got to grab and go. I grabbed this, and then I just checked out. I would have rather have had the extra old. Don't get me wrong, because I do enjoy that more than the warehouse age. But it is super cool that they still did an online release. I actually like, in a way that Old Forester does online releases. I think it just gives more opportunity to people who don't live in the area. I know some people who live in the area don't like that. But I just do think it's cool for either people who can't go down to the distillery because of work, or who can't just make the drive because they don't live here. All right, one of Dave's personal favorites from last year was able to get a Old Forester Birthday Bourbon 2022. As you all know, I appreciate always getting these, as my daughter was born last year, so I'm always super excited about these. But part of Old Forester's anniversary tour, or anniversary thing at the gift shop they were doing special tours. They had a few different ones. I was able to get into the birthday tour. They did have one for a President's Choice. I think there was some with 117s, and there was definitely one for another single barrel. The single barrel pick was great. The President's Choice 30 was great. And then, because we got to try those plus a 150th in our tasting, and then with the birthday, obviously. So, super cool. I think I've talked about this a little bit before in the other video. We'll put that in the description below. That it's really awesome whenever gift shops do these kind of special releases and I don't want to say they're taking care of locals, but at the same time, they're showing appreciation to locals because, you know, the people that are buying bourbon, obviously, you know, there's so many of them that live in Kentucky. And I think there are some conversations I've been having in the past where it's like, you know, will you get enough or whatever? Well, you know, us as the locals, and yes, I do live in southern Indiana. I don't live in Kentucky, but I live 7 minutes away from Old Forester. That, you know, us as consumers that support them all the time, just don't forget us. So I think it's super cool they did that. I really hope they continue to do cool stuff like this. I think it's awesome. All right, and before we go to the last one, make sure you hit that like, subscribe, comment. Let us know what your best bottle you got here in June was. All right, so the last set, I'm just going to bring out kind of like a couple of them that I got. But this last month at Michter's has been a little crazy. So, you know, they sell out bundles at the gift shop. Some are at open. Some are at, you know, random times in the day. But overall, I was able to get 3 bundles down there this last month. One was with I think this one had, I don't know if it was like an American whiskey or single barrel whiskey, or American whiskey with it. I got this one with another like American whiskey or single barrel rye, something. And then this one I was able to get with another M10 bourbon. So it was a really crazy month. Awesome thing for Michter's. You know, Michter, I'm super close to them. They're right down the road from Old Forester, so I'm pretty close to them. But yeah, they have really been doing a great job doing great releases. They also do a ton of bottle your own. I don't really need one of those right now, so I haven't been trying to get any. But overall, yeah, they've been fantastic. So that's pretty much our whiskey haul for the month. It was absolutely crazy. A ton of releases here for us locally. Hopefully it was the same thing for you guys as well. So until next time, we'll see you.